What's up, fam?
What up?
I did pay my internet bill.
Awesome. Go ahead and pin that comment.
Yeah. Which one?
Topic for the night.
Uh, where we at? Where we at? Did you put it up there?
Yeah, I just posted a comment. I'm supposed to pin it.
Oh man, I don't know how to pin anything yet.
You just click my comment. It says relationship talk.
Okay. Oh, there it goes. I found it. I just pinned your comment. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Chilling.
Yeah. Well, so relationship talk with the GOAT, huh?
Yeah, I don't see no pin comment, but yeah, I did. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
talk. Let's
it's
go.
pinned. It's pinned. It's pinned. Man, I missed your face.
What up? What up? I don't even
Before
know
we
if
get
FedEx
into it, man.
I don't even know if FedEx came to pick up today. But don't tell nobody
Oh,
they're picking up.
I don't even know. I didn't get a notification. But they'll eventually do it, man. Before we get into to what we're going to talk about tonight, man, tell me something good. Tell us what you're working on. What's
Oh
new?
man. I'm just always working. I'm doing a lot behind the scenes. I haven't posted a lot of content. I got a lot in it. It's already ready to go. I just haven't gotten around to posting it, man. I'm working on getting this store officially open and ready to go. Yeah, man, just trying to be great, man. I'm ready to move on to something else, conquer something else.
What's that?
Uh, Along the same lines of what we do now on YouTube and stuff like
Right,
that. But just teaching people the content game, man. I really want to do something that'll be a difference maker locally.
right.
So I'm working on a seminar or something right now, which would be called Organize Your Hustle. That's one of the first things that I think people need, because a lot of people I talk to about business or anything in general, people just don't really understand if they're making money or not making money. Not outside of t-shirts, like just and then how to get things organized so that they can effectively grow. And
right.
even just to judge where they currently are. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It looked like this thing froze for me.
Did it? No, it's still going on my end.
I don't see no comments.
Yeah, I can see them.
Cool. I'm about to open it up on my
Well,
other phone. No
yeah,
big
I can
deal.
see a couple of the people that are joining.
Yeah, it's my on the one we're on right now. It actually froze, but I see something here. So, what up, though? You got some other
There we
guests coming
go.
on?
Yeah, yeah, possibly. He might float around here. Hit me earlier. But he might pop in here at some point somewhere if I can see him through all this. But yeah, so the topic is, it's a question that I've gotten, not once, twice, but a handful of times, and it's how do you maintain a healthy relationship while trying to be an entrepreneur? I think that might be it.
What's your generalized answer to that?
It depends. It it's difficult in a sense because you're sacrificing a lot of time that you could be applying to a relationship. So the time is short, but I think that if you have somebody that's supportive of it, then it could work. But you have to have somebody that's understanding of the fact that, there's going to be a lot of moments that you miss. Some of the visits might be short, and vacations are probably very rare when someone's starting out their entrepreneur career, even later on. That's my thought of it. I've been in relationships where there was just no support whatsoever, and the fact of trying to be an entrepreneur was like, man, I'm cool, I'm done. That's just not for me, because looking at an entrepreneur means like, oh, he probably doesn't have a real job. That's not a real job. Let's see who this is. Well, yeah. You want me to bring the person in?
Man, I think there's so many like dynamics to this, right? Like there's the dating as in female male dating and relationship piece. There's the parenting piece. There's their friends and the friends and family piece. It's a lot of pieces. Oh, what up? What up?
Going on,
What up,
guys?
my brother?
Not much.
Everything's
Yeah.
going.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
like I said, I think there's a lot of pieces when you just say relationship, right? So you got the
Right.
dating, the husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriends type of stuff. Then you have, like I said, the kids and family, and then you have your friends. So I think those are the main three dynamics to entrepreneurship relationships. Not even to
Right.
get into other business relationships that you build with people over time. So I think it's more complex than
Mm.
just you know dating of a sort, right? And you gotta kind of hone in on all of those things because they all intertwine, right? Like how do you
Right.
interact with the person you're dating? How do you interact with your friends, with that person, with the business? And one thing about entrepreneurship, people think that you got unlimited money and you can
What
drop
up, Ryan?
everything at the drop of a dime to be where they want you to be, right? It's not
Right.
about
Right.
anything else, from the kids to the person you dating to your friends, all of the above kind of get honed in on those things. So that's kind of like my general take over just on the overall topic.
Right. How is your personal experience, if we can ask, how has your personal experience been with that?
Oh man, I had it all. I've been doing this for a while, pretty much all my life, right? So I've dealt with it. You get a lot of people that don't understand, and then you try to make them understand, but then how long do you fight that fight, right? Like I don't have unlimited money, and I can't be where you want me to be at all times. I can't drop what I have to do. So I think, like you said, man, having somebody that's supportive and understanding of what it is that you got going on. And then what I really try to do is include everybody in my stuff. So my daughter's here right now. She's gonna hear this conversation, but I try to include them around me working and being involved and getting on videos sometimes with me and doing like little odds and ends. And the first date, man, gotta be at the store. Come fold some shirts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get your hands dirty a little bit.
Right.
And then for my friends, once we start talking about, business or needing extra income or anything like that, I automatically teach them what I do because I think it's so easy. So it bounces around. You never know what you're going to get into, but definitely having somebody understanding and supportive is a huge piece to it because we got late nights and early mornings, man. And what you going to do?
Right. Have you found, before I ask Victor, have you found that, you know, the ministry of personal business, being in a relationship, has it been difficult for you to do everything you want to do entrepreneurship wise? You find that it's held you up in any sense, or do you just say, look,
if you're not talking to the right person, they don't understand. Like it's the same
right,
problems over and over again, right? Like the
right,
time and the money, right? And it's all fun and games to travel and enjoy life, but some people don't understand that you got to put the hours in to make the money to go enjoy life, right? Like,
right,
and then sometimes you're going to run into hardships where you can't do some of the things that you may be accustomed to doing at other times of the year. In the t-shirt industry, we got great back to school times, and
right,
it's almost a drought mostly for Christmas time, right? So it's like understanding those things and being able to have somebody who understands is really important. So, I've had my fair share of ups and downs and arguments and just
right,
like being around people who just don't understand and sitting in the room not wanting to be bothered with anybody because
right,
sometimes things don't go right and the money isn't here and like things are just falling apart and just trying to stay afloat. But then,
right,
you want somebody that's supportive behind you and come up behind you, rub your back and tell you it's going to be all right. We're going to make it through.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Clear your head a little bit and be able to get you back to work.
There you go, Mr. Victor. So yeah, so the topic: relationships, entrepreneurship. Rye Beats said hi earlier. What's up, Rye Beats? Everyone that's just joining us right now. The topic is relationships, entrepreneurship, how to maintain a healthy relationship while pursuing, the life of an entrepreneur. And so I got these two fellas. So the Rice Rockets out there racing.
This building is lovely, but that is my biggest problem. That like sometimes somebody got a big truck or a fast car, and they just gun it, and all these glass windows, man.
Yeah, I hear you. So, and the guys that are in the comments, we will get to your questions for sure at some point here. But to stay on topic in the meantime, Victor, so you know the topic. How have you found that life to be? What advice can you give? I know you're married.
Yep, yep.
You know, so how has that been for you pursuing your this career?
Yeah, so dude, it's a great topic because a lot of people want to talk about the money, the fame, the cars, or whatever, right? Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. But the reality is, this is going to be tough for some of you guys because remember the 5 people that you hang around with, right, are the most important people right now, even when it comes to relationships, right? So there's a certain point in your life where if you don't think that those 5 people are bringing you up, right, that they're actually like John Maxwell says, the law of the lift means
Sorry.
that people's like own mentality goes to a certain extent, right, and it stops, right? So you gotta be able to inspire somebody that you're with, or they have to be able to inspire you to keep going. If it's not the right partnership, it's going to be a huge struggle, right? I've been in those before, right? So if you know that you're with somebody that needs you at home at 5:01, they're already calling you, hey, where are you at? Can you pick up some milk, right? Then you know that it doesn't align with your, midnight hustle, right? That doesn't align. So I'll give you a story about me, right? So I was, I've been married for 3 years, together with my wife for 8 years. And it was only one time, right? One time at the beginning of our relationship, maybe we're a year in, and I'm on my way home. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And she's like, hey, why it's so late? And so what are you doing? It's like, I'm just leaving the office. I'm like, she's like, oh my God, it's so late, but we gotta spend time and this and that. I say, babe, this is the only time I'm being, I told her, I love you so much. You're like, the person that I want, and I'll do anything for you, right? But I can't give up on my dreams, right? I can't. And dude, after that, it's like the support is and the mindset support. Like, if I come home, even if it's late and I didn't get my job done or I didn't accomplish what I was going to accomplish that day, she's like, dude, get out there and get it then,
Right. That support.
Yeah, don't come back till you're done. Or you come back beaten, right? You come back like, tore up. Something didn't go right, like Stan was saying. You get nursed back to health, and they kick your ass back out to go get it again, right?
Right.
So
yeah.
that right person is gonna help you, and you gotta make them part of it. You gotta make them part. Like, what is the vision you're telling them to do? Like, what is the vision that you're both like? What are your couple goals?
Right.
Is our goal like to own a jet and be able to travel? Is that the goal, or is the goal to have all this personal time and go to Costco on the weekends together, right? And Walmart, because that could be the goals.
Yeah.
You gotta be in mind like that. So it's a crazy topic. A lot of people can make it, but if the right partnership is not there when you come home, and it's negative there, dude, it's a kiss of death. You're better off.
So difficult to work through that situation. Like my buddy Brandon Toll is on here. He's my Printava folks. I saw Stan, he posted him earlier. Good guy. He says if your circle doesn't inspire you, you don't have a circle, you have a cage. Amen to that.
I heard something the other day, and it got me, probably like a month ago now, it got me thinking, right? Like, your environment and where you live can actually be holding you back too from different things. Same thing that inspires you with your circle. And it was just like, sometimes we think we can cut our way to more money, right? Like living in a certain place, let's say a $800 apartment, instead of moving somewhere that might be $1,500 in a condo, or $2,000 in a condo, could be holding you away from like the connections that you need to make to get you
Right.
on the elevator with somebody that can take you to the next step.
Right. Right.
That thing really got me thinking, and all of this stuff is kind of relevant even back to relationships. Is like, you want to be around the right people, man. You want to be around the right person. Like, I can't just imagine having a bad day at work and coming home and still having to deal with the bad day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around, walk back out the door, and I'm going to go sleep in the office,
Yeah.
you know, and I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get to work again, because that's just how if things are bad, I'm much rather be bad here working on my dream and trying to figure this out than arguing and bickering or something like that at home, man. You know, those are important aspects of it. Man, having somebody that can figure out and understand you when things aren't going well and understand how to support you, that's the key.
Right.
Everybody can come on the trips and enjoy and smile and take the drinks and pass them around and take shots. Everybody can do that. It's very, very easy to do, but being able to when you looking around and your bank account's not reflecting and you trying to figure out like what you gonna do at that point and where are you at when I can't go party right now? Are you gonna come spend this all nighter here and print some shirts? And I've been in that situation. Like, I can't go out right now. Grab something to eat and come out for catch the shirts off the dryer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Now, at any point, would you say in a relationship? I mean, I have a friend, a mutual friend of ours, and we had this conversation recently. And you know, he was going through some struggles. This is another person that brought it up, which is why another reason I was like, you know what, I need some bigger brains, some better heads to help answer this for these folks. Is he said he gave his partner an ultimatum, you know, and the ultimatum was, you either deal with what it is or I'm out. They had been together for some years though, and I guess didn't take the ultimatum at first. Came back and said yes. Would you at any point get to that point where you say, you know, this is the ultimatum, either you do or you don't? Are you willing to sacrifice what you're doing for a relationship or no?
Victor?
The reality, guys, is so step one is, you know, the ultimatums about anything are tough, right?
Right.
You gotta be able to do it a different way. If you get to the ultimatum, like, pretty much both of you guys are pretty much out.
It's a wrap.
So, yeah. So rule number one, don't get to the ultimatum, right? But it goes back to bringing them along to the vision, bringing them along to the goals that you both want. Dude, if you guys know that your partner has 0% hustle and they're not going to help you catch shirts and they're not going to be like, you know, hitting that deadline at 3 in the morning, right? Which in this business, sometimes you got to do it, right? And if they're not going to come help you at the warehouse, you know, then you already know that mindset and it doesn't align with you. So you gotta be like, you know, hey, you know, good luck to you. You can find that same person that just wants to chill and Netflix. And, you know, I want to do the investments. I want to do the trips. I want to have generational wealth for my family long term. I don't want my kids to grow up like I grew up. You got to be able to tell the story and say, do you want to be part of it or not? And if they do not, right? If they do not, then you got to go your own way.
Yeah. Here's a good question. One of you guys can take this one. This is one of my good friends, melanated woman, 45. She says, I'll just get to the bottom of it. On the flip, how does the entrepreneur serve and sacrifice for their partner?
I think this was one of the things that I was going to kind of address on like a little bit later on, but to back up and then I'll answer that one. I don't get to the ultimatum because this is who I am, man. Like you're gonna get accustomed to me just from first date, bro. You gotta come to this, even if I'm not doing nothing. Before we go to eat, I'm gonna have you
come to the shop
here, and you just to establish that because this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I kind of avoided that, but like I said, if you get like Richter said, if you get to that point, man, it's like you know you're at the wall already. And now it's just like, who's going to bow out gracefully? I'll be that person like, listen, I understand, like, you know, you want to do X, Y, Z. I just can't do it. And, you know, no hard feelings, but you know, we got to go our separate ways. Now, how do you serve that person? I think what I've learned over time is, you know, you gotta compromise. Like one of the important things that I learned from a guy before I even got into this store or stuff like that is like when you never leave to go to work, you never get off, right? And I realized that affected all of my relationships with my kids, with friends, with whoever, because I never left to get off. So there's gonna be some compromise, but ultimately, if everybody if they understand where you're trying to get to, and one of the things that I think I also do is I don't talk business with people who are not interested in business. So like my friends, I got friends that I go out and drink with. They'll never talk about, like, they might listen to like some generalized conversations, but once it gets into business conversation, my best friend who's now part boutique owner and storefront owner with me, like once our conversation shifted into business, now it's like that's all we talk about, because you know I don't want to force friends who aren't interested in it, because it's only going to frustrate you, right? If you're around people and you want to go rock climbing and they like, no, I'm afraid. You sitting there like, okay, we're going to the movies. I'm going to fall asleep, right? Like, you don't want to be a thrill seeker around people that are afraid to do anything, right? So it's kind of like this generalized sense of it. But ultimately, there's got to be some type of compromise, you know, and, you know, for me, it's supporting whatever they want to do, right? Like, all right, let me see what it is that you're interested in. Let's figure out how I can take my knowledge and what I've learned in business as a general sense, maybe not get you into t-shirts, but what are you interested in that we can help you start on your own and do things, and if you aspire to do that stuff in the first place, so we can build it up together, that sort of type of thing. You know, I'm always willing to invest in my friends, whether that's time or resources, or, you know, I'll whip up a logo and some business cards for anybody around me in a general sense, just to get them going. So there's definitely some compromise that has to be had. But people seem to understand like entrepreneurship is cool now. Before, you know, when I was a kid, it wasn't cool at all.
No, it
This
wasn't.
was all I knew, right? So, you know, you compromise, you try to figure out what that person wants, and you try to find that balance.
Yeah, Victor. Now, Victor, you know, and everything he's saying. So now with you, because I don't, you know, of course, that's your private life. So you've been married for 3 years, been together for 8 years, right? Now, because I had this question too, is would you wait to be established or get to the point that you want to get to before committing yourself to a serious relationship? Or would you just say, hey, if it works, it works. And if we get there together, we get there together. What's your take on that?
Yeah, for me, the rule is the same, right? If you have something that aligns with your mindsets, you're with somebody like that, you could already be with them, or they could be brand new. If you're not, you're better off alone, you know, and hustle, you know. This is the thing. She asked a great question about value, because look, this doesn't mean you're selfish, because some guys say they're an entrepreneur and they ain't doing shit. They're just out with the money, right? And then when they get shit, when they get home, they're like, well, I'm an entrepreneur. You gotta take it or leave it, right?
Facts.
The reality is, you know, we set aside time for us to do the stuff that we want to do, right? And whatever, like, my wife wants to do, you know, my answer, baby wants, baby gets, right? Simple.
Right.
And if we're in a situation where we're plotting our goals, or we're in a nice vacation or whatever, we take time to be grateful, and we take time to be like, all right, well, how did we get here? Be grateful for the business that we have that got us to that, whatever we're doing, right? And then what are we going to do together to the next level, right? And so you always got to give back, and you always got to be thankful of what you both are doing and be aligned, right? And there's got to be some sort of time limit that you guys do, because if you're saying, hey, you're going to go a year, 5 years, 10 years, and you're not bringing home the kill, like, come on. That means that there's something there that you're not doing, and you're just being an entrepreneur, right? So for all the ladies out there, these are great questions, because you should be aligned, but there should be some goals. You should be having some wins.
Right. Yeah. Well, Stan,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I also think like, you know, that comes from like when I travel, I tell people when I started traveling, I'm like, listen, man, I don't work this hard to just work this hard, you know? I don't put all these
Right.
hours in and then being able to take a trip somewhere and, you know, unwind and relax and do those things. It's important, man. It's really, really important because along this journey, sometimes as entrepreneurs, we just get wrapped up in the grind. We get wrapped up in the hustle and get wrapped up in the things that are hitting us every day. Like we like firemen. We just got to put out fire after fire and try to find solutions to things. But you also got to take time out to enjoy those things. And I think if you enjoy it with your partner, like even when I travel for business, I might, hey, come out for the weekend. I'm not going to have 24 hours, but you know, Sunday we're probably not going to do nothing. If you find us sitting in a hotel, then that's perfectly fine. We can hang out and do whatever it is on that day or whenever I do have free time. But make no mistake, don't keep calling me while I'm over here filming or if I'm over here doing something. You know what I mean? Don't expect me to come back. So, you know, those are just certain things that, you know, you figure out over time and you got to kind of adjust along the way and, you know, you'll figure that common ground out.
Yeah, I got a couple of these questions here. Victor, I'm going to ask you one more. I don't think I can bring another person in. It's only 3 people capacity, huh? I've
seen some with 4. I don't know if it's like a
Me
follower
too.
account
Me
limit or
too.
something like that.
I'm going to try it. Let's see. Hang on one second here. I think we can. Question, because I got these questions written down, so I got a couple. I'm going to keep you guys forever. What if, what did he ask me? There he is, yeah. So, what's up, Joe Hart? Now, so.
What's up, guys?
What up?
How y'all doing?
Joe,
listening.
I got to send you the hats. I got to send you the hats.
Whenever you're ready.
I got the box on the table.
Whenever you're ready. So I'm just listening. I'm just listening and agreeing with everything y'all say.
Oh, we're going to get to you. We're going to get to you.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Look where I'm at.
He working. He grinding. So, Victor.
Look.
Oh, yeah, you putting in work. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that's the DTF. I knew it. Oh, Victor's DTF kit. What? Yeah. So the question I was going to ask Victor, they're asking me, what if you're in a relationship, right? But the person doesn't believe in you? I guess being an entrepreneur, I guess you could word it different, but what if they don't believe in what you're doing as an entrepreneur?
That's hard because you remember the #1 fan has to be the partner. That's got to be the #1 fan. So think about what you did to lower the belief.
Right says leave them.
Yep. Either squash that up, or if it's not going to be resolved, you can't be with somebody that doesn't believe in you. You can't have employees that don't believe in you. You can't be around friends that don't believe in you. You can't be around like a partner that doesn't believe.
Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. GWFLA, how are you, brother? So Joe, so you heard what we've been talking about the entire time. What is your experience with it, man? What do you think? What are your thoughts on this relationship, entrepreneurship, or deal?
It's a lot of hustle, man. A lot. I mean, I work full time, and then after I get out of work, I come and do this till who knows what time. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm here. Sometimes I'm here. I was here last week. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, and my wife was like, "You need to get home."
That's my crazy wife over there too.
Look, that's it. Miss Peña back there. Yeah, look, that DTF is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my thing. When there's no hours.
Right.
There's no hours. If you love what you do and you enjoy it, then I could do this all day. You know what I mean? And I love it, man. It's just I can't wait until I can put I'm gonna be quitting a career. I'm not quitting a job. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm gonna quit my career and I'm gonna do what we love to take care of this and the vinyl stand. And I think we're doing good. I just can't wait until I'm able to focus like full time on it. You know what I mean? So once I'm able to do that, I don't even know, like, I can't even imagine where this is going to take me once I can just focus full time. You know what I mean? So, and then like y'all were talking about right now, you got to have somebody that believes in you. Like, thank God, my wife, like, thank God she's a strong woman, because the vinyl stand, like, she runs it. You know what I mean? She'll call me and I'll be like, what do you think? And she's like, I think we should do it. So I was like, well, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, these right here. She's like, you need to make me some. I'll sell them. And I was showing Victor earlier the text message my wife sold me. She was like, they sold out. And I was like, so that's why, hey, I'm here making some more for tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, there you
and it's
go.
crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
It's
So, yeah. Yep.
So here's another one. Stan, if you want this one, I'm getting them. How long would you wait in your entrepreneur career if you weren't making any money and they're telling you to get a real job? How long would you wait before you end your entrepreneur journey and get a 9-to-5? That makes any sense.
I think this is kind of like with the same answer what I would have answered the last question with. And you know, first and foremost, man, you gotta, if you're an entrepreneur, man, you're an entrepreneur. Like, even the one job that I had in my life wasn't because I needed money. It was because I thought I needed the security of the insurance that came with the job, right? And if you're an entrepreneur, man, you're not gonna give up. You're gonna go do something else, and one thing's gonna lead you to another until you figure it out, right? But I'm a firm believer in what I tell my kids is we do the things we got to do in order to do the things that we want to do, right? And Gary Vaynerchuk wrote a book called Crush It, the second book I ever read in my life. I was probably 25 or so at that point. And this was it was so much of just like a pat on the back for me, because I was already doing that. Like, I would be up 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock. I would be putting so many hours in outside of going to college, outside of doing whatever it was that I was doing in order to figure it out. So sometimes you might have to just get a job, right? You gotta, if you can't like pay the bills and you can't just survive, it's no way that you can be an entrepreneur and live, right? So sometimes it's not necessarily about giving up on your dream. It's about financing the dream, right? Like, you gotta you gotta feed the kids, the family, feed yourself, shelter yourself, clothe yourself. And then what you do with those extra hours is going to tell if you're an entrepreneur, if it's really into you or not. Are you sitting around hoping, like, I want to do this, or are you putting 4 or 5 hours in the night, and once you put your family to sleep, once your girl goes to bed, are you getting up to grind on the dream? And I think a real entrepreneur is going to put the hours in. Sometimes we got to do the things that we got to do in order to do the things that we want to do. And I think that's the lesson I try to tell my kids. It don't matter how you feel. You know, if you ain't making enough money to make ends meet, you got to make the ends meet in order to get where you want to go in the long run.
Right. I'll ask a couple more questions, then I'll open it up so I don't keep you guys. I try to keep you guys about an hour at the most or something. So probably about 7 o'clock or something, if that's cool with you guys. The next question, whichever one of you fellas down here, whoever wants it. What if they want to become a part of your business? I guess partnering up with you, making it, I mean, do you bring them in?
I think they both perfect people to answer that question.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you do?
So for me it all depends. You know what I mean? Whenever I opened this one, like the print shop, I didn't know what was gonna happen. You know what I mean? I was like, that's just Anatol's sending me this equipment. It's not gonna fit in my house. Let's get a shop. So I did it. You know what I mean? Right. My sister-in-law, thank God she works here. She runs this place during the day. And I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but if you're willing to start with me from here and build our way up and stick it out through the tough times, I said, then once we get to where we're at, we're all going to be where we're at. So, and she's done it from the very beginning. You know what I mean? But as for someone that just wants to come in and wants to learn, it's kind of hard because here, I don't know about everybody else's situation, but here we're just so busy. We don't have time to like train anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if they had some experience, maybe down the road we could. The best thing for me would to get one of y'all. You know what I mean? Like I tell my wife I don't have friends because I work too much.
Right.
The only friends that I have, the only friends that I communicate with is this right here.
Me.
You know what I mean? Other than the couple guys that I talk to at work here and there,
Right.
like other than that, they're like, hey, we're having a get together at lunch. You want to go? I'm like, I can't, man. I gotta go to the store because I gotta go pick up packages that need to be shipped off. You know what I mean? So
Right.
So that's where I'm at with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a great question, guys. So look, when you're serious about a business, right? Letting someone in is a tough thing.
Huge.
Right? Bottom line, and especially if you started it and they're coming in, you know, midway through or whatever, right? You know, for me, like, you have to be serious with your partner. You got to be married, right? You got a girlfriend in there and she's not fully serious, and you guys are debating about equity. Dude, there's no point. You know, there's no point. Like, half of zero is still zero. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
For me, you know, to me it's simple. If we're on the same mission and we're married, like, dude, this is both our stuff, you know.
Right.
And,
Right.
and that's how it is with me. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, this is me, this is mine, you know, blah blah. If you're serious and you're not just looking at exit to something better when you think you got the money or the power or whatever, then you know, it goes back to being serious about what you're doing, you know. Being serious with the partner, right? So some people get in disputes about that.
Ain't nobody gonna work harder at your business than yourself. Just know that right there. You can hire someone and they're gonna be there to collect that check. You know what I mean? But you know what it takes, and you know everything that's gonna go into it. I tell you, like, nobody's gonna work harder than yourself. You know what I mean? So
I think on the side of, like, I know dating, and I think this all goes back to, like, the first dates at the shop. You already invested, right? And then it becomes about how far that goes, right? And I think that's why I said they're probably perfect. Like, Victor's probably perfect at answering that question, because I seen them together and right there holding the sign and dancing and stuff like that. I mean, that's the ultimate dream, right? But I think how far along in the process it happens. I told one of my boys as we had this conversation, just in general, about adding, like, somebody into what you got going on, because nobody's going to work as hard as you, and partnerships always end up somewhat of a lopsided deal, right? For a lot of the cases. But, like, if I'm sitting at a table eating and I got a full plate and I'm eating and you sit down, a lot of people don't want to give you food off their plate. I'd much rather buy you your own plate. Just go ahead and order what you want before I actually give you something off of my plate. And that's the mentality, and that's what makes partnerships so hard, in my opinion. I've had some even, like, earlier on in my entrepreneurial journey, and sometimes it's just a struggle. So for me, it's like, if you dating me, you already involved, whether that's like moral support because I'm on the phone having problems with conversations with companies or people, whatever the case is, or I need you in here, you know, hey, listen, I got a lot to do today. I just need you to help organize something or clean up or do some of those things. And if you're reluctant to do those things with me or for me, or, you know what I'm saying, if you feel some type of way about it, it's going to start to weigh on you, right? It's just going to start to build up in the back of your mind. And now, you know, oh, wait, you want to go on all the trips and you want to do X, Y, and Z. But when it's time to make the money to be able to do that stuff, I just don't know, right? But if you're there supportive, like, we're going to enjoy it together. We're going to spend that time. We're going to do all of that stuff together because it'll always be there. And I don't have to worry about it, right? You don't have to think about whether that person's around or not around. You'll see it.
So if they're not sweeping, they're not worth keeping.
Oh, man, pretty much, man, pretty much.
Right. That's what we say, basically. Yeah, you know, I mean, and you know, look, I mean, everybody has an issue. You know, I've had my issues, right? But I have found, you know, it's sometimes difficult being an entrepreneur. Not now, you know, but there have been moments where it's like you get into that argument, and like I think Victor said that earlier, where it's like it's so hard. One of you guys said that it's so hard to go back in there and refocus on what it is you're trying to do when you're living in a hostile or in a relationship that's so hostile like that, man. And I hated it. It's so hard to get things accomplished. You just had an argument about something completely stupid. I'm not motivated to go back in there again and finish off any work, man. So that's why, you know, I was excited to have this conversation and have you guys on here. So I'm not going to keep you forever, about 15 more minutes here or so. But I'm going to open it up to some questions if you guys want. I can scroll through them if you guys want to answer them, take them however you want. But if you guys have questions for the guys, if you're just now tuning in, Stan Banks to my right up top, Victor Peña, Omniprince at the bottom, and then Joe from Heart and Hustle to the bottom right. Whatever questions you guys have for them, feel free to ask. We're probably about 15 minutes here or so. Ask away unless you guys see a question you guys want to take.
I'm scrolling right now trying to see if there's any on here already.
So here's one for you. I think Rye Beats, if he's still here,
Oh,
he's
Rye's
fixing
in
to
there,
go.
Rye's crazy butts in there.
I think he's getting ready to go to the show that's up in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm trying to figure out a flight plan to fly over here. I said, well, if you come over here, you better guarantee you're gonna get put to work.
Yeah, going to work.
Put to work, man. So he was like, yeah, let's do it.
I just found out about the show. I don't know how I missed it, but there's a show in Long Beach in August. I think you're there, right, Vic?
They moved it back.
Yeah,
no, it's August.
A lot of those are kind of like they've been moving them and moving them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all.
I saw it. It's
all
August 12th.
Tentative to what happened. So the good thing is that the Graphics Expo or what is it? Some of those have actually happened. So that's a good sign, at least.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, man, I'm there. Long Beach ain't far, but you know, yeah, I guess it's not mapping. You know, some of the questions don't have to anything to pertaining to the relationship stuff, but someone keeps asking, I think, over and over, Geo Night versus whatever, Heat Press. I think Rye answered that one, you know, but he says, so Rye says the Long Beach show is not this year. Okay.
Oh, Graphics Expo, right. That's what I was just mentioning.
Oh, yeah, Brandon says it's right now in Indy. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, so I can't scroll through them fast enough. You know, I mean, anything you guys want to talk about what you got? I asked Stan earlier what he's got going on. You know, for those that are just tuning in, if you want to answer it again, Stan, tell them what you got going on. I still want to tour.
I'm working on a dream like everybody else here, man. Just trying to.
I want the tour, bro. I need to see the entire shop. I'm waiting for that day. You give me small little pieces, man.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to show.
Teasing me here, bro.
This has been a lot of hiccups, a lot of like, you know, I wish I had a lot more stuff in here right now. My contractor disappeared. The second contractor that disappeared.
Yeah, you were saying that.
So the other side didn't get completed like it was supposed to be. It's been 2 weeks, so I got somebody coming in tomorrow to give me a new quote for what has to be done now. And that's kind of why I film things in a way, even though it's just me doing things, but I wanted to film it in a way that's been like updates. You know, I've had this build over a year at this point, and this is the first time that I ran into it, spent a lot of money just trying to make things look a certain way because of what I want to bring to my community and my area and what I wanted to use the space for. But it's not a walk in the park, man. It's not a walk in the park trying to put this stuff together. And I'm not a builder, so I'm not like Joe over there. I can't go put up some drywall and do some of those things.
Hey, we just start knocking stuff down,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? I can knock some stuff down.
Yeah, I had to do that because we had like a little display over here with our shirts. We were like, we're just fold them and put them in there, and people would just walk in and walk straight past us, and we're like, what's going on? We're like, we need to change all this. We need to make like, that's why we made a little display area to have the shirts at. So when they come in, that's it. Stay right there. Stay away from all the equipment. Yeah, you know what I mean?
If I was there, I'd build them for you.
It definitely looks good, man. You want to come out here and build it, then come on, man. Because I would like it to be done and moving on to some other things. Seems to be like a little hole in the pocket right now. And I want to get some equipment in here. And I've still been filming. I just been wrapped up in so much other stuff that I haven't been able to just upload and get things rolling. But it's important to show people the journey and the process, man. This ain't about T-shirts. I keep saying that as of recently. You know,
Yeah.
it's not about t-shirts. It's about life and legacy, and you know, when it's all said and done, how things are viewed, and things that I've been able to accomplish, and the people that I've been able to help, and more importantly, what I've been able to leave and do for my kids at the end of the day, because that is the next piece of what I do. So it's important, man. I think what we do, all of us do, is from a social standpoint, is important because we all got different stories, and you never know who's watching, and somebody may be able to relate to me or you or Joe and not be able to relate to the other one, right? I know my approach is a little bit direct and straightforward, and you know, different things like that. It's not for everybody, but at the same time, I think as we share our journeys and share the things that we know, we're going to inspire somebody to do something else, and that's the important piece of just driving the industry forward, and being innovative and thoughtful, and trying to identify things that help other people.
Right.
Yep.
Mr. Victor, you, sir, what's new? What do you got going on? What can they look forward to?
Man, there's a lot of stuff that I can't say, but we are working on some new stuff here. You know, all to empower, you know, all of us, all our entrepreneurs, you know, globally to win with print on demand, right? So that's our mission. We're doing that, you know. So as shows open up, you know, honestly for us, we've just been crushing it with online events, you know. But I think, you know, when we do the shows, you know, for the community out there, let me know what you guys want to see at shows. I'm gonna do it different, you know. I'm gonna do it way different at shows. It's been the same for too long, right? So we're gonna do, you know, we're gonna make it a show, a real show, an experience, you know, for people to come, and let me know what you want to see. You know, let me know what you want to see at the shows. You know, we're thinking about doing like crazy stuff, like you know, booking some crazy crazy entertainer to come be at the booth. Crazy, you know, some of our creators boot camp type of content at the booth. You know, it's going to be a hybrid experience, you know, where you're going to have some people remote, so it'll be all on live the whole time. So, like I said, it's going to be a different experience. Obviously, all of our equipment there, all of the new stuff that's coming will be there. I think Printing United is our first big show. That it's in Florida, so it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. You know, if it's on the East Coast, you ain't got to worry.
Oh, they're open over there. They're open.
Where's
They're
it
live
at?
over
Where's
there.
it at in Florida?
Yeah, Florida's fully open, right? So we're doing a lot of that stuff. So I just lean into stuff that brings you guys value, right? So a lot of DTG companies aren't doing the DTF, for example. We're just pushing it because there's a lot of benefits for people to do their tags and to do like press stuff. So you know, we'll be at the NBM show. You know, I think that's another show, right? But you know, I'm thinking of doing that stuff big. You know, all for you. So for you guys that aren't following me, just follow me. You know, you guys see my handle right there. Let me know what you guys want to see at shows, and we'll make it happen. You know, I'll let you guys know, because one of the things I want to do is to have a influencer area right there at the booth. Where you guys, where you know, your audience could come like create with you right there. Let's do some transfers. Let's do some DTG. Let's do some vinyl, whatever it is. Let's talk about software and automation, right? How can we improve our businesses right there in the booth? So I don't want it to be about, hey, let's see who's walking around, so I can show my printer. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't need to like spend that much money on a show to do that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and like you said, if you guys aren't following these guys, which I'm sure you are, but if you aren't, man, make sure that you guys follow my guys here. Mr. Joe, what do you have going on before we close this out? Let me say real quick, Rye still, I think he got off, but eventually I'll have to get Rye on something. I know we've talked about it, so we'll definitely do that. I know my buddy He's trying to give out 100 free stickers here. I'm not sure how we can even do that with the people that are coming on.
He always
my other buddy,
catches man, how to give it away. It's always tough.
It's tough. Yeah. Brandon Toll, I want to connect him with you guys as well. He was my rep for Printava. I'm an affiliate through them, the eye color. Another very intelligent dude. I'd love to connect him with you guys. Joe, what do you have going on, going forward? What's new? What can they expect from you, man? Trent, how are you?
For me, so we picked up the embroidery machine in the beginning of January, and then what was it, like I would say maybe 2 weeks ago, I picked up the 330 TX Plus from Victor. So I've been learning it, you know what I mean? I have, y'all know Sean from SC Shirt and Hoodies and Mike from Nav Customs. Like these guys, I was watching the stuff that they were putting out, and it was just seeing the work that they were putting out on it was like, I think it's time to like pull the trigger, you know what I mean? So that's what we got now. We got that going on. So I'm running it. This thing's running all the time, just like the embroidery machine. If you look over there, you can see the lights on. The lights on. It's just the thread broke, so I was like, I'll just leave it because you told me you're gonna join me on here. But we're gonna be printing. We're gonna be setting up the works also from Victor, also to where customers can they don't have to email, they don't have to call us, they don't have to do anything like that. They can just go to the website, upload the image, we'll get the notification, print it, and send it. You know what I mean? So we're getting ready to do that too. So it's going to be like a print-on-demand thing that we're going to be running over here. Not only that, but then DTG prints too. So we're doing like this was an order. They had like 4 designs. They wanted 2 shirts. I wouldn't screen print that because it just cost too much.
Right.
Now with this, I don't have to turn those customers down. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we got that going on. And that's about it for now. But it's not. I tell a lot of people that's still the beginning for me right now. So
yeah,
I'm just like you are. You know what I mean? Like Victor says, like there's just so much going on. There's so much opportunity for everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad I'm glad I started this when I did. Got to meet some awesome people, you know what I mean, like you guys, you know what I mean, just to get on here and shoot the, you know what I mean, to reach out to people that are like Stan, you know what I mean, Victor, and you like, successful in what you do, you know what I mean. So it's good to surround yourself with people like that, you know what I mean. So
good. Yeah. So my good friend over there, she's saying, when am I starting my my workshop? They keep asking me. I get that quite a bit. That might be something I sit down with one of these guys and figure out how to put together. So maybe in the future. Yeah. But I just want to say, I appreciate you guys. I've grown a friendship with you guys. Stan here's where he starts to cuss me out or something crazy because he doesn't like me to give him his roses.
Yeah,
but
you started a whole whirlpool of just
all that good stuff.
What to call it, buffoonery.
But I'm gonna give you your roses because I have so much love for you, Stan. You become one of my good friends. We talk quite often. I know that I can always depend on you. That is for sure. And it's hard to say. You're out in Delaware, and I know that at the drop of a dime, you're picking up for me. So I really have so much love and admiration for you. Same with Victor and Joe. Like it's crazy that what IG can do for you, being an entrepreneur can do for you. And so I just want to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, man, I have so much love and respect for each and every single one of you. Thank you for getting on here with me. Keep inspiring. Like Joe says, keep pressing. There's room for everybody to win, man. And so we'll continue these conversations because people keep asking, man, like, do some more lives, get these guys again. So I want to continue to do that for them because it does inspire these folks just to see your faces, And so if you guys tuned in and caught this, I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow each and every one of these guys. Don't be afraid to reach out, ask them questions, man. They're there to answer. So being said, you guys have anything going out?
Shit.
I would just say I probably won't talk to you guys. I'll probably message you guys, but happy Father's Day this weekend. You guys stay safe out there. My wife already told me you're not working Sunday, and I'm like, well, and she's like, no, you're not. We're closing the vinyl stand, and you're closing the shop. So it's like, all right, cool.
There you go. Well, happy Father's Day to you guys as well. I'll be working Sunday. I'm not married, so I'll be working. I appreciate you guys, man. So much love. And on that note, we're out.
Peace.
All right, keep pressing.